a mysterious stone structure which was discovered accidentally in 2003 and known as Adam's Calendar is hidden in the hills, and only a few people know about it. It is believed that the structure is the oldest man-made edifice. It was discovered by a South African pilot, Johan Heine, while he was flying over the Mpumalanga region. His plane got out of control. In order to save his plane, he opted for an emergency landing, but unfortunately crashed into a mountainside. After the crash, Johan exited the plane, and miraculously, he was fine and unhurt. Outside, he came across 3 monolithic dolomite stones which were massive and weighed around 5 metric tons. These stones were protruding out of the earth, and next to them was a big circle made out of stone. It was believed that if there had been no crash, then the site would have been undiscovered because the site is located in an exceedingly isolated area, and the paths that lead to it are broken and full of dust. On the other hand, the discovery made by Heine was pretty outstanding. The megalithic site was termed Adam's Calendar because it seemed to be an extremely old stone calendar, the Stonehenge of the African continent. The structure discovered by Heine appeared to be the oldest man-made structure ever. According to theories, the structure is believed to be 300,000 years old, long before any other evidence of human civilization has been discovered. According to the researcher, if the structure is really this old, then it would require the help of a very advanced civilization, which ultimately indicates that the structure was built by ancient aliens. The whole site looks like a calendar, and it is built with stones that are placed with astronomical alignment. The site is made up of an outer circle made up of stone. The diameter of the circle is around 30 meters. Also inside the circle, there are multiple monoliths arranged in a complicated way. Near the site, there are also other similar structures and stone circles that are placed in complementary alignments and connected by a series of channels. According to scientists and researchers, these channels do not only lead to Adam's Calendar, but also connect to many other ruins and ancient agricultural terraces in the landscape. In the middle of the circle, there are 2 stones standing in an upright position, and they also have carvings upon them. Most of the building materials, including stones, appear to have been brought from a faraway place. Only the aerial view of the site shows the clear shape of the calendar clearly from the materials used in construction of the site and the apparent need of aerial observation of the site. It suggests that it had been built by ancient aliens and not by humans. Now the question arises, why is the site being built in this remote area? The answer to the above question might be that the location in which the Adam's Calendar has been constructed is rich in gold resources. Even the richest gold mine at the present time, that is Sheba Gold Mine, is in Mpumalanga, South Africa. Possibly, the maker of the structure may have found these resources useful. Even after so many centuries, this calendar still works perfectly and is used by people to track the time of the day and year. The time is determined by the shadow of the setting sun, as the taller monolith casts the shadow of the sun across the center of the flat stone beside it. Inadequately appreciated and doubted, the accidental discovery by Johan Heine was ignored by the archaeological community for 6 years. Initially, they took very little interest. It was only in 2009 when the on-site investigation began. By the time the on-site investigation began, Heine was already conducted his own investigation. From his investigation, that the stones were arranged in 4 cardinal directions, which indicated the solstices and equinoxes in the same way as Stonehenge. The erosion of the rocks and the lichens that grew around them helped the geologists estimate the age of Adam's Calendar. According to researchers, the structure could be 75,000, 200,000, or even 300,000 years old. Advanced technologies helped the researchers identify and measure the sound frequencies with the acoustic property that the rock formation get from the earth under them. From the research, it was also found that these frequencies originate beneath the stone circle, which led to the astonishing theory that these stones conduct electricity, but in a way we don't understand. The earth's sound frequencies within those stones created the resonant shape of flowers. This also represents a type of sacred geometry in the environment. According to Michael Tallinger, the site was built by some vanished ancient civilization, and he also believed that it is the oldest site in the world. With all these new discoveries, there are many who believe that these hypotheses are flawed. Some mainstream scientists believe that the stone circle is nothing more than a livestock enclosure and that the site is not more than 400 years old. The complexity and the size of the site deny the fact that the site was constructed for livestock enclosures. The history of Africa is not well documented, which also contributes to the confusion about the calendar. Keeping an open mind to the discovery, still, there are many things left about Adam's calendar that the general public needs to understand, and they should also keep in mind that historians and scientists are tirelessly trying to uncover the mysteries of this location. There are many mysteries to be solved. Why is the site so complex if it is only a cattle enclosure? If the calendar is 300,000 years old, then who built it? Because it was only 15,000 years before Homo sapiens first existed. Civilization that built the site is currently the focus of research. If the researchers succeed in finding the civilization that built it, then they will be able to learn more about how that civilization lived and thrived in the region in the past. Leave us your thoughts in the comment section.
Genetic Disc, a mysterious 6,000-year-old artifact. From time to time, archaeologists discover something that doesn't fit into humanity's current understanding of things. We've only had the microscope for a few centuries, and genetic research started about 150 years ago, when a 6,000-year-old stone disc featuring scenes that happen on a microscopic level was found in an excavation in South America. It contradicted that belief. The artifact is generally accepted as authentic by archaeologists. The assumption of authenticity is based on the excavation records of Luigi Pernier. The artifact has been called the genetic disc, made from a hard basaltic rock called lyddite. It weighs around 2 kilograms, 4 pounds, and has a diameter of 22 centimeters, 9 inches. But it's the symbols that have confused those who've seen them. The symbols are grouped in chronological order and include sperm and egg cells, the fertilized egg, and stages of fetal development. On the other side contains what some have said to be different moments in cell division. It also shows what appears to be stages in the development of an amphibian creature. Other discs have been found all around the world, but none look like this one. Our modern knowledge is familiar with the concepts inscribed on this object. However, it was found in Colombia during the excavation of a 6,000-year-old site. The discs look nothing like ancient pre-Columbian artifacts, and the symbols are unknown. It was found among 6,000-year-old objects, but it could be far older. People were baffled as to how a prehistoric civilization was able to produce this disc, and how would they have known things that we've only learned in the last couple of centuries. Some have went as far as suggesting the disc was made by the serpent people, because it also features a snake on its side. Whatever the case, this object cannot be classified in the South American system of cultures, and skeptics have labeled it as a fraud. That could well be the case, but this isn't the only baffling discovery made in South America. Archaeologists have uncovered huge stone monuments and giant skeletons dating as far back as 14,000 years ago. Admitting that something weird happened there in prehistoric times wouldn't be the biggest crime.
If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to us and hitting the like button. Feel free to write a comment below and suggest which theory you want to see next. If you'd like to further support this channel, please consider joining. Our membership link will be found in the description box below. We appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for watching.